My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Slay the Spire. We're going to be doing the daily challenge for July the 8th of 2019. Character is the Silent. The heirloom is one rare relic. The colorless mods mean colorless cards now are available to appear in rewards and terminal whenever you enter a new room, lose 1 max HP, and start each combat with 5 plated armor. So this is one of the kinds of runs that doesn't necessarily give you a win condition in the modifiers, so we'll actually have to define our own. Unique among runs we've done recently. Yet Turnip, you can no longer become frail, doesn't necessarily imply a run. Alright, so we are still only in Ascension 1, so that does mean we, you know, without heavy limitations, want to hunt every single elite no matter almost what. And question marks are really important as well. So the question marks are important because they're the main way that we'll be able to pick up curses, which is going to be part of the way that we get to differentiate ourselves from other people on the leaderboards. Plated armor is super handy here as well. It means I'm not going to have to hold too much in terms of defensive cards, at least early, so I can push through elites. Skewer is really good. For pushing through elites in particular, Skewer is like unparalleled almost. Remove a card from the deck for a really cheap cost, yeah. Maybe it's a defend. It's a defend. Because of the plated armor in particular, I think it's a defense. Alright. Because if I do want to include defensive cards in this deck, I'm probably going to want to include much more impactful defensive cards. Blade Dance, Purity, Prepared. I could take Blade Dance. I do want to thicken up the deck, but the problem with Purity is that it exhausts cards that I have in hand. So Purity itself and whatever other cards I have in hand get removed. Great. I've got no value out of any of those cards, and now I have between 1 and 4 cards in hand to play with left. Like, I can burn all of the worst cards in my hand, but sometimes even the worst card in your hand is, or rather even up until the 3rd worst card in your hand, is still a card you want to play. Like, my opening hands are strike, strike, defend, defend, defend. Or defend, defend, Purity. I played 2 strikes and defend, and then I Purity 1 defend. I've limited my hand options by 1, because I had to have Purity in that hand in order to activate it, although we're only looking at the turns where Purity is in hand, so. I've limited my options in hand by 1, just so that I can remove things from my next shuffle. It's so delayed in its effect. Sure, we are going to be putting curses in this deck, but is it likely that I have Purity and those curses in the same hand? And if I do, I'm doing nothing that turn anyway, so I should have probably just padded my deck more. I think most likely here is actually Prepared. Now, Prepared has like similar card negativity problems, but because we want to pick up every single curse, Prepared is almost always going to be valuable for us, but Prepared also has the extra benefit of not being as bad in a situation where it's, you know, the worst card in hand of a couple bad cards. Alright. Well, upgrade Skewer is like the most important thing we can do for our damage here. If I neutralize the frontliner, then I know they'll never deal damage to me, but it didn't matter either way. That'll do. There's my poison. Poison stab. Sucker punch. A way to apply weakness is really important. And I am still padding up my deck, so yeah, I'll take sucker punch. Well, I'm about to miss Survivor and my weakness. So, unless I play Neutralize Sucker Punch here, I'm not weakening yet. No, I just wait a turn until I have Secure. Really? You better not give me any sources of weakness in the same hand as this skill. Oh, on the absolute bottom of the deck. What are the odds? Well, you gave me a source of weakness. At the very least, it's the 0-cost one, so I can play it. But I'm not going to get the effect of weakness from the next hand, unfortunately. Well, Survivor is really important to me, because Survivor, weakness, and... Oh, damn it. Really? I hate this hand so much. I know I removed a defend, but come on. All of those openings were just perfectly set to screw us up. I didn't want to play prepared there because if the top deck was neutralized, I still wanted to hit that naturally. But yeah, a weakness plus plated armor plus survivor was going to be a full turn's worth of protection for us, so having weakness up constantly was pretty important. Incense burner, having every 6 turns gain 1 intangible as well as... There's no way I ever make that work, right? No. Take distraction, pad the deck. Early shop's probably not that great for us right now. Neutralize and Sucker Punch both upgrading the amount of weak they apply is really important as well. We'll take the curse here. Question card. Future card wars have 1 additional card to choose from. Neat. A lot of the colorless cards that we get offered after fights are going to be particularly handy as well. Oof. I'll forethought Survivor to the bottom of the deck so that I still have defense by the time I get there, but, like, yikes. Come on, and give me the skill right now. Well, I mean, it had to. It was the card on the bottom of my deck. I don't want to make it seem like the game had any choice in that, because it definitely would have screwed me over if it had any choice. This is good. I've got invulnerability on my... intangibility on my first turn of the next combat. All that attack gives us some AoE that this deck is still lacking. Panacea can be pretty effective, just not in this deck. Not yet. It can be pretty effective for the Silent, though, so we'll keep an eye out for it. It shouldn't be too difficult to pick up if we do eventually want to pick it up. It's just that's at that time that we have to decide. Alright, let's see what we can find here. Yeah, let's throw a card, get a card here. Fine. I'm glad we had the intangibility on turn 1, but I think correctly played, that turn wouldn't have even needed it. Ghost and Jar gain 1 intangible. Neat. Cloaker and Dagger is pretty good. I know I just turned 1 down, but I'm pretty likely to take every Cloak and Dagger I see past this point. This is never going to work. At the very least, I drew past things that weren't... what's it called? Skewer. There we go. Alright. I'm fine taking 1 damage this turn. Figure is probably the best that I'm going to get out of this, so... I'll take it. Yeah, I mean, only taking 1 damage this turn is pretty good. I'm unlikely to kill this turn. In fact, I don't think I even could have. Gremlin Horn, whenever the enemy dies, gain an energy and draw a card, as well as, I guess, Flying Knee? I'll take the money. Remove a card from the deck or take more money. I don't want to remove the curse, but I do only have 1 curse in the deck at this point, so curse's bonus is looking more and more unlikely. Let's just remove a bad strike. Alright. Another upgrade. The Sucker Punch getting an extra turn of Weaken is pretty important to me. Hexaghost shouldn't be that bad. Ugh, panic button. I hate panic buttons so much. Like, unless I'm playing low ascension aggressive decks, I never want to see panic button. Never been happy to see it. Maybe I should use a strength potion here. Also, wow. Wow. No defense drawn in this entire hand. You... Defend. 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 Draw. Defend. Defend, defend, defend. No defense in this entire hand, and as a direct result, I'm not going to be able to perfect. Unless I drop the snack oil, which will probably kill me if I do that. Fine. Kill me. Well, we got Cloak and Dagger. Neat. Use Ghost in a Jar. Gonna be weakened. This is the only way I can possibly perfect this fight at this point. I think I actually probably need the other potion as well if I'm going to be doing this. Alright. Come on, Snecko, be with me. Well, weakening the enemy that turns mean that I don't have to use Panic Button. If I use Panic Button, I am effectively conceding. All right, another full defense. Fine, I'm still sticking to the possibility. It's very unlikely at this point, though. So that's an 8, that's a 6. 8 and 6 is 14. And 18 damage incoming. Okay, cool, fine. We still defended against all damage. I don't think the burns counted as having been enemy damage dealt to me. So it's possible we're still on pace here. I don't think it's happening, but it's possible. Oh, I need a defense. Hey, found a defend. I don't know, maybe we're still perfect this fight. Draw, skewer right now. That's not skewer. That said, enemy wasn't attacking. Maybe. Goodbye, Hexaghost, and hello to... I was really hoping for something else. Bullet Time, Nightmare? Both of those are pretty garbage for this deck. Thinking Ahead is okay. Secret Weapon is good. We have a lot of attacks in the deck. And a lot specifically that we want to pull out. Only having 2 choices after each. I mean, I'm not going to get many collector's bonuses if I take that, so it's Sozu. The elite line is just 2 maximum. Alright, I'm happy to take that with an early shot. Takes 3 attacks to put an enemy on the ground, right? That's fine. That'll do. Maybe I should have weakened the backliner, because I know that I've left the All for One in the deck. Or All Out Attack, rather. Yeah, I did. Huh. Ended up actually managing to full defend after all that. Wild. Yeah, I knew I had the All Out Attack left in the deck, so I should have been targeting someone else at that point. Alright. I'm happy to finish the backliner there that turn. Because I suspected, rightly so apparently, that we were going to have the ability to put the next enemy on the ground in the next turn. Yeah, potion would have actually been useful. Backflip? Yeah. Backflip, acrobatics. Hell, quick slash is also really good here. But we do need a little bit more defense if we're going to try and perfect the next boss. Yep, I'm taking the dagger. 100% of the time here, taking the dagger. That's so early to get that. Frozen Eye, when viewing your draw pile, the cards are now shown in correct order. It's actually quite impactful. 10% more likely to find treasure in question mark rooms. With how many question mark rooms I visit, that's like a totally viable pickup. Take the tiny chest. 10 block on turn 1 is really good. The ability to know the rest of your deck is insane, but I'm gonna take the 10 block on turn 1. Be a little bit more simple about it. Maybe I take all that attack here. I could see it. We need a little bit more AoE for this anyway. Sure. That's the option I would have taken anyway. Definitely want the curse. That's our second curse now. Remove a card from the deck. Definitely another attack. So we've got 10 block on turn 1 and the enemies are all vulnerable. So we can get real aggressive on turn 1 if need be. I'm going to upgrade the Ritual Dagger because that's going to be like a large amount of how we deal with stuff. Ritual Dagger, it's important to note, is if this kills an enemy, not if this kills a non-minion enemy. So for that reason, we can use it to target these chumps. Transmutation is actually really good. One down. Two down. That's... just wanted you a little bit earlier. Alright, we'll transmute here. At least the backliner decided not to attack this turn. Unfortunately, our second all-out attack has just gone by, and neither of them were around when the enemies were on the field. Wee bit of an annoyance. Hell yeah. Extra energy for the next turn. I'll happily take it. Don't you dare attack. Didn't attack. Beautiful. There goes all that attack as well, by the way. At the very least, next turn I have intangibility as well as the backliner is weakened, so nothing happens. I was very trusting that that was not going to hit the card that it ended up hitting. Oh well. Sometimes you got to take risks. Definitely didn't need to take that one, so that's not relevant at all. It's nice to have a truism like that. Murders all of them for me. 19? I mean, yeah. So I'm still going to take a fair bit of damage in this fight. I was one turn away from getting the perfect kill as well. Art of War, if you don't play any attacks during your turn, gain additional energy next turn, as well as Dagger Spray, Flying Knee, and Crippling Cloud here. Ugh, they're all a little bit... Like, unless I was already building any of them, I don't know if I'll take any of them. I guess maybe Flying Knee. I already have a Flying Knee in the deck. Try and get that collector's bonus. I don't think Enlightenment was a reasonable option there. I do think I have to kill this enemy using Ritual Dagger, though. So keeping the enemy weakened for forever. It's going to be a good play there. Managing to remove all of their plated armor as well to stun them for a turn seems like it'll be totally relevant to doing all this. Or it'll just get them on low enough HP that then I can turn around and kill them. Woohoo! This is super good. Come on, and Knife me. No, no knife. Lame. Ideally, I could also wait for the incense burner, but I'm not going to wait for all of those to line up. Quick slash. The bomb is good damage, but it's so delayed in its effect. We need more instantaneous effects. Okay. Normal enemy before elite, or a normal elite before normal enemy? Elite before normal enemy, I think, yeah. More bank whenever you climb a floor, gain 12 gold. No longer works when you spend any gold at a shop. Hopefully we don't have a shop upcoming soon. Oh, I don't want the all-out attack to discard another all-out attack, and I need Ritual Dagger at the end of the turn, so I have to play them like... Oh, no! It's exactly what I didn't want to happen! Incoming damage is 19. I'm actually full defended if I do this. I need to get back to that Ritual Dagger. Damn it, secret weapon came too early here. It's fine. Having that enemy weakened basically just means they deal no damage to me for a couple of turns, which is neat. And I'll just wait until I get the Ritual Dagger here. Ultimately, the previous turns actually worked out fine. Totally okay. Because I could have been in another situation where I didn't actually end up getting to play the second AoE. That would have been tragic. I can't believe it was on the bottom of this deck. Ugh! Wild. There's our lethal with it, and Wrinkle Pillow. Whenever you rest, you may heal an additional 15 HP, as well as Unload is totally useful here. But it's a rare, and I don't have a rare in the car. No, I do have a rare yet. That secret weapon. I could remove that from the deck, and I could get the Pauper's bonus. Unless I end up finding something like Apotheosis, I'll probably do that. Maybe I take Slice here. Slice is really common. It'll be offered a lot. Yeah, it'll be offered a lot. So we do just want to target one enemy down first. But the enemy that's more likely to live longer, I'll probably want to weaken because they're not going to just die next turn. Yeah. Alright, there we go. Unfortunately, we were intangible for the wrong turn there. Just going to straight up murder you at the moment. Not really give you any time about it. Sucker Punch and then Skewer. That gives me the energy to murder the other one as well. Hell yes. Solved itself. Take our third Flying Knee for our collector's bonus soon. 1 of 20 cards added to the deck. Yeah. There's a second Slice. There's a backflip in there as well. Both of those are pretty important. There's our final Flying Knee. We'll be able to find that anyway, I think. I think we need another backflip. We need more defense and we need more draw. So, yeah, it covers both of those. Yeah, Apparition. Apparition is a collector's bonus as well. It's another reason it's really important to get it. But also, Apparition works best when you have plated armor, which we do. Really good opening turn right there. Just... yeah, hopefully it doesn't all go to trash. A lot of it just went to trash, but thank you, Apparition. Apparition is also really good when you have Incense Burner, because it just extends it for a turn, effectively. Yeah, I don't need a secret weapon here. I'll pull it eventually. And we got it. Discovery and Sucker Punch is really good for the collector's bonus building, but Discovery is like incredible. I would take every copy of Discovery offered past this point. Sure. I need to somehow get 3 curses next floor. That's not super likely, but it isn't impossible. Any card with draw attached needs to be upgraded at this point. It's probably our best fetch. I don't see how I perfect this boss, by the way. I don't think it's possible, frankly, for me. We'll see. Secret weapon out the skill. Apparition will probably be involved, so. Yep, 40 damage is enough. Kinda gotta be. Yeah, we don't have enough defense in this deck to do this correctly. So I don't want to backflip at the very end there because a lot of my deck is apparitions and I wouldn't be able to play them with the energy left over. So it's very important I be able to play every apparition. Discovery might discover me the ability to kill this enemy, but it doesn't look like it at the moment. Stacking intangibility is really good here, but the fact that our deck actually doesn't have good aggression outside of the skill and Ritual Dagger is a bit of a problem. It's not like we found a lot of poison and turned it down, by the way. We've found a Crippling Cloud and 2 copies of Poison Stab so far. It's pretty poor poison. Yep, and almost all of my almost all of my apparitions have gone by as well, so. Fine. So the enemy purges next turn, and then the turn after, they'll try and hit me with their biggest hit, blah, blah, blah. It's fine. So I actually do get to get through the execution turn with intangibility. That's super handy. After that is where the trouble begins, unfortunately. Like, 15 damage this turn is actually not guaranteed. Okay, never mind. It was not guaranteed to be defensible for us. And now we're vulnerable. That's 36 incoming. And yeah, there's nothing I can do about this. In fact, I'm dead. Yeah, that's what happens. That's what happens. So this is a silent deck that, because I was trying to pad out the deck, I picked a lot of garbage. Like, a lot of garbage that is uncharacteristic of me to pick. How often do you see me actually take distraction? I was planning around padding out the curses that I thought were going to come fast and furious into my deck because of my priority on pathing question marks, and instead found 2 total the entire time. So while I was diluting them with also garbage. And I didn't have much aggression in the deck. While I was okay on floor fights because of things like the all-out attacks and the Ritual Dagger, yeah, boss fights were just untenable entirely for me. I don't know how I would have killed any boss that floor or next floor. Because we just don't defend much per turn, but we also don't do much damage per turn. We survive for a whole shuffle. That's nice. But that's about it. Yeah. Just a whole lot of make-do cards, and none of them made anything do in the very end. But that's okay. That happens from time to time as you're trying to risk and pull your deck in multiple different directions so that you can try and figure out what's going on. Also, by the way, the rares that were offered after the first boss were just complete garbage. I mean, I'm not going to complain too loudly about it, but a lot of colorless rares are a lot less run-defining than a lot of color card rares. It happens. For the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.